This is David Johnson and a little history of Quillen College of Medicine. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, and graduated from White Station High School. Then I went to the University of Memphis and got my BS in chemistry and then my PhD in chemistry in '73. Then I moved to the University of Georgia in Athens and did postdoctoral research and was on the research faculty until 1978 when I came here to teach at Quillen College of Medicine and do research. I taught the first class on the first day. I did research on human proteases. Human proteases are things like pancreatic trypsin and all the blood clotting proteases and neutrophil proteases and protease inhibitors like alpha-1 antitrypsin in the blood, which is, if it doesn't function well, results in emphysema. And here's a picture of me with my amino acid analyzer back in 1978, and then a more recent picture. I've been here 44 years, and it's been a blessing every day. Teague-Cranston Act. In 1971, U.S. Congressman Olin Teague of Texas and Senator Alan Cranston of California introduced the Teague-Cranston Act, calling for the creation of 5 new medical schools in 5 states to meet the needs of medically underserved areas in the country. Congressman Quillen introduced a crucial amendment to the Teague-Cranston bill, requiring that any university to be considered for acceptance into this program must be on the government property contiguous and adjacent to a VA hospital. The bill passed both houses without a dissenting vote in October of '72, and President Nixon signed the Teague-Cranston Act into law, and it provided $30 million for each school, which would come over 7 years with increasing support from the state. Quillen is the result of several dreamers who worked hard to get Quillen College of Medicine approved by the Tennessee legislature in '74. These included ETSU President D.P. Culp, 1st District Congressman Jimmy Quillen, along with State Representative P.L. Robinson, ETSU Dean of Health John Lamb, Johnson City Attorney Mark Hicks, then Speaker of the House Ned McWhorter, newspaper publisher Carl Jones, State Senator Marshall Nave, State Representative Gwen Fleming, Johnson City physician Dr. Charles Ed Allen, and State Representative Bob Good. All very active people, and a lot of others worked hard on this. This has long been a very Republican area, and all our legislators were Republican. But the state was dominated by Democrats, so they had to work together. The 1st District Congressman Jimmy Quillen helped pass the Teague-Cranston Act with the proviso that medical schools be located at VA hospitals with land for new buildings, and Mountain Home was the only VA in Tennessee with land and a university to support the educational mission. The first bill passed to start the new medical school at ETSU with funding from the Teague-Cranston Act was vetoed by Governor Winfield Dunn. Dunn was the first Republican governor in Tennessee serving in 50 years, serving from 1971 to '75. He was from Mississippi and had graduated from Ole Miss after serving in World War II. Dunn married the daughter of a Memphis dentist, and then he obtained his DDS from UT Memphis in 1955. Dunn sought to unify the state by offering state appointments to both Republicans and Democrats, but House and Senate Democrats thwarted his legislative agenda. In '72, McWhorter, a Democrat, became House Speaker, and he was more open to cooperation with Dunn, but UT was opposed to the establishment of a new medical school at ETSU and wanted it in Knoxville. Following Governor Dunn's veto, Ned McWhorter, as Speaker of the State House, cast a tie-breaking vote to override Dunn's veto and establish Quillen. McWhorter won the governorship in an election against Dunn, who was running for a second 4-year term in 1986. The dream of a medical school at ETSU came true in 1974, and the first class of 20 men and 4 women entered in August of '78, and it was a privilege for me to teach biochemistry for the first class on the first day. There are 5 Teague-Cranston schools: East Tennessee State, Texas A&M, Marshall, Wright State, and the University of South Carolina. Dr. Paul Stanton, who had been Dean of the College of Medicine and then President of ETSU, always ended graduation ceremonies at ETSU with this quote: "Do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as ever you can." May grace and peace be yours in abundance.